Hi, have you ever wanted to see multiple of my videos? Well, now you can! As if you couldn't before. I have playlists now. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got about like 3 of them up on the channel. You can check them out if you want, I guess. And they certainly are there. They are there. Are they? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are, man. Yo, wait, what? I was joking. Who the freak is in my house? Who the freak is in my house? And with that out of the way, let's get right into the video, which is the same video I'm recording now. We're not doing a cutaway. So, yeah, we're back with another Petscop reaction. I'm gonna keep these off for a second while I explain. So, where do I even begin? Oh, probably with what happened last time. That's where I should begin. So we went to that area we hadn't seen before, and we saw it. There was a brick building with like a face customization maker thing, and that would make the room rumble for a bit. It would stop, and then you would get a different room for each face. Oh my goodness. Can you not? I'm trying to do a video here. So we explored a couple rooms. We explored Mike's room and Kare's room, and we learned something. I don't know. I'm gonna talk more about that after the video. But anyway, let's put my headphones on again. Let's go to the Petscop YouTube channel. There we go. So, there have been things that I have distinctly remembered about this series. Obviously, the windmill is one of them. I still can't tell you guys the joke yet, because we don't have the context for it. Also, you know, like the pyramid heads I keep bringing up, I remember those. I don't know when they appear in the series, but there are just these things that I remember about when I watched this series years ago. And one of the things that I remember is this particular video in the Petscop series. More specifically, that this one is the shortest in the entirety of the Petscop series. I don't know why it says 12:12. Like, I don't know why. Like, look, guys. This is the one we're going to react to today. It says 12:12. So, I don't know what that's all about. And then if we go here, you guys will see. Okay, no, shut up for just a second. It's 2 minutes and 2 seconds, which is also not what I remember it being, but you can see my point, right? It's still shorter than what it says on the channel page. So I don't know what's going on there. I think it just might be a glitch in YouTube. I was talking about something before. Oh yeah, this is the shortest one. So I think you guys can kind of see now why I'm kind of yammering a little bit. You know, I gotta stretch out the video length. I can't just give you guys a 2-second reaction video and then leave. Like, no, I gotta give you guys something to watch, even if what you're watching is just me blabbering on and on and on and on and on and on. Alright, anyway, let's get right into it. Okay, we're here. Up the stairs again. Alrighty then.
So if you remember what I was trying to explain yesterday.
Okay, so clearly he's talking to whoever he's been talking to this whole time. Whoever this person that's meant to see this is.
And failed to explain. I'm just gonna demonstrate that to you now.
Alrighty then. Where are you going? Why are you just going out into the void? Oh, what the? What
so
is
I
it?
found this yesterday.
Yeah, what is it? Oh, is it a camera?
And the way I understand this, so we're upstairs right now.
Yeah?
You just saw me walk up some stairs.
Yes, I did.
If you were to imagine what would be exactly below.
Bro stuttered. What?
Where I'm standing right now. And I worked it out. It's roughly the area where you have the big screen with the windmill.
Oh, that's interesting. So, I guess that would make sense if, you know, you go under the stairs and then it's physically under there. I mean, they have loading screens to load the areas, so it's not like exactly underneath this, but I think that's what it's meant to be. Like, the above world, or the New Maker plane, as we've theorized it's called, is like directly, or not directly below, directly above the basement area. And so there will be details on the surface that connect back down to that basement area, if that makes any sense. I don't know, I'm trying to explain this more thoroughly.
And so I think, this I think is a camera.
Yeah, that looks to be what it is. Oh, looks like someone's home.
And if I, walk in this direction.
What's over here? The windmill?
This is, roughly where the, windmill would be.
Yeah, but that ain't no windmill. So where's the windmill? This is not, by the way, this is not the context for the joke. I would know what the context for this running windmill joke that I've been talking about since episode 1, I would know the context for it, and I haven't seen it yet.
Why there isn't actually a windmill here, I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks sort of like a placeholder for it.
So that's interesting. Maybe the windmill is there, we just haven't met the conditions for it to appear there. That's very interesting.
But yeah, I think my understanding is correct. It's just, I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that seems likely. Okay. Alright, so there you have it, guys. The shortest video in the Petscop series. We just need to figure out a way to unlock the windmill. I don't know what we do from there, but anyway, since this one was a little bit extra short, I'm gonna take this time to just, do some theory crafting and whatnot. Specifically, I want to completely wrap up the care theory. This all starts in actually episode 1, now that I think about it, with the first level being titled Even Care, which I don't exactly know how that connects to anything, but I thought that was, something worth pointing out that I literally just thought of just now. Anyway, going back to what I was going to say, the first 2 pieces of evidence we got for the care theory were what the telephone said about Care left the room, which I'll talk about that later. The second piece of evidence we got was that piece of paper, A, B, and NLM, but we didn't really know if the 2 were connected until later in that video when we saw the flower shed, and there was Care's face on it, there was the flower, and then there was Care NLM. And I actually looked at the paper, and Care's face is on the girl, is on Care A and Care B. So I think, it's safe to say that the face and the child are connected. They are the same person, it is Care. There was also in episode 3, we visited Care's room, and Care was missing, which I think is what Care left the room was referring to. Care has gone missing. Why it was on a phone, I'm not entirely sure, but I think we might get that answer, if it's even an important answer, at some point. I don't know, maybe down the line. And then we also saw that note in Care's room that revealed a lot. We got this father figure, or we know it's at least a husband figure, because the very first line is talking about, your wife says Care isn't growing eyebrows, so we definitely know it's a husband, but we don't know if it's Care's father. That's the thing. We know that potentially they work at the school building, which is probably the building from episode 2, because I theorized, one of my suggestions was that building was a school, so I think that's confirmed now. So this father figure or husband figure works at the school either as a principal or just a random staff member, really. Probably a teacher would be my guess, if not the principal. And he's doing some suspicious stuff in the school, which is why Care comes out running, crying into their hands, saying nobody loves me, which is what NLM stands for, which, again connects back to the theory that this is Care we're talking about. I think definitely we know who Care is what I'm trying to say. Like, we have enough evidence to be like, okay, yeah, we know who Care is. What we don't know is what happened to Care and why Care is, saying, like, nobody loves me. Like, what atrocity happened in this school. There is one other line I wanted to talk about, and initially I wasn't going to talk about it, but I thought a bit about how, because over the course of this care theory, I've noticed Petscop has a very specific way that they introduce information to you. So I want to talk about the tiara line from the note in Care's room. The tiara line directly connected back to the "Do you remember being born?" question from episode 2. I pointed this out in the video. Okay, so that goes back to the "Do you remember being born?" question from last time. And knowing how Petscop reveals its information, I'm willing to speculate that the white-faced character is Tiara, because Petscop, the 3 points where we were introduced to Care's evidence were in the office, in the flower shed, and in Care's literal room. Now, I will admit, this line about Tiara is in Care's room, which doesn't make sense quite right now. I don't know how Tiara is connected to Care necessarily, but maybe it's just more of a general statement that adds to Care's story. But I think that the very fact that the Tiara line connects back to the "Do you remember being born?" question, I think that's supposed to hint to us that that white-faced character is Tiara, you know? Am I going too in-depth about this? Maybe, but that's what we theorists do. Apart from that, I don't really have anything else to say. We still don't know a whole lot about the question and answers character, and why it appears in Mike's and Care's room. We still don't know where to find Care A and Care B. We don't know where the house or the school are, or if they're even available areas. But yeah, that's my theory crafting session for today. I do think that there are two people that are intended to see this still. I think the father figure is still like the main guy that was intended to see like the in-world game of Petscop, but then Paul is also showing this to someone else who we also don't know who they are. And this episode makes that very clear with like the whole I was talking to you yesterday sort of thing. Like, obviously I wasn't talking to Paul yesterday, nor were you. So Paul is trying to show this to someone very specific. Anyway, that'll be it for my Petscop reaction. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this reaction, and I will see you next time. Bye!